Hi, I'm Dr. Kyle Hancock, licensed psychologist, and today I am here with Yada Yada. One of the questions I am often asked in my professional practice is, how can I get through this really uncomfortable experience? Whether a person's experiencing depression, or anxiety, or loss, or frustration, a common request made to me is, how can I get through this? There are many tools, and today I'd like to share one that borrows with a metaphor with the ocean. If we think about what we know about the ocean, there are a few things that stand out. One is its size. It is vast. One is that it changes perpetually. The one thing we know about the ocean is it is comprised of multiple waves that change frequently, if not constantly, over time. Another thing that we know about the ocean is that it is deep and full of complexity. Our emotion shares all of these things in common with the ocean. Our feelings are vast. There are many different varieties and many different intensities. Our feelings change. Not a single feeling that we have stays the same forever, whether it gets bigger or smaller, whether it changes in its intensity or its frequency, its duration. In one way or another, feelings tend to change. And feelings are very complex. Even if we take something like depression, the idea is that it represents a combination of different experiences and feelings. And in my professional practice, I can find many people who all experience depression and have a very different life experience. Increasing appreciation of the complexity of what we feel is validating. It encourages us to recognize that by its nature, these feelings are difficult to manage and understand, as opposed to something must be wrong with me if I can't figure out how to make sense of this or how to deal with it more effectively. One of the tools we use when we are trying to put up with these complex and painful emotions is using imagery. We can imagine that we are on the beach, and we can imagine that as we walk along the beach, we know there's a certain amount of risk that comes with being near the ocean. If we choose to get near it, we're going to get wet. It's just inevitable. Sometimes we get far more wet than we had anticipated, and sometimes we stay more dry. If we allow this walk along the beach to be representative of living our everyday life, and if we allow the ocean to be representative of our emotion, sometimes it's a beautiful, bright blue sky day, warm with birds chirping, sounds of the ocean rolling gently toward us, happiness and joy with our loved ones. And sometimes it feels more like we're standing on the ocean in the midst of a hurricane. Winds coming at us, waves far higher than we want them to be. Our goal in either scenario is to remember a few specific things. First, I am not the ocean. I am not the feeling I am currently having. While this feeling is certainly affecting me and influencing me, it is just like the ocean. It is showing up in my life for a certain amount of time and in a certain way. I am still the person walking on the beach. Another tool we use is a reminder that sometimes emotion simply happens. Sometimes we don't know why it happens. Another thing we know is that emotion, just like an ocean wave, lasts for a certain period of time in a certain form, and that it will change. This enables us to recognize that while I feel really intense feelings of sorrow right now, they will change. Although right now I feel really intense feelings of worry, and I might even believe they'll stay this way forever, just like the ocean, they'll change. Another step that's very important is giving up on the idea of controlling the existence or intensity or duration of our feelings. This would be similar to standing at the ocean, hands on hip, and saying to it, "Stop waving at me. I'm tired of you doing that. Just go away." Unfortunately, all that will happen is we will be exhausted, wet, discouraged, and cold. Metaphorically, telling our emotion to go away is very similar. Instead, we benefit from recognizing that this is the feeling we are having right now. It will last a certain amount of time, and it will change. If we can exercise patience with the presence of emotion, it enables us to choose a behavior that's far more effective than to fight against its presence. Instead of standing at the ocean, yelling at it to stop, we can walk further away. We can gather people around us. We can change what we are wearing. Similarly with feelings, instead of telling ourselves to simply stop worrying, we can instead gather our resources around us, encourage people to support us. We can recognize that even though I don't like this experience, I'm not entirely in charge of its presence. I am, however, in charge of my reaction to its presence. And my goal then is, just like the ocean, to choose wisely a reaction that enables me to manage my current experience to the best of my ability. So when you're having feelings that are unpleasant, that you would like to go away, treat them in a way similarly to the way you would treat the ocean. Be as patient as you can. Do what is within your influence. Let go of what is outside of your influence. And remember, it will last a certain period of time, and then it will change. No matter how intense, no matter how long, it will last a certain period of time, and then it will change.